What's up guys, and welcome to another video today. Today we are going to be reacting to the Halo Infinite's major winter update. Hell yeah man! 343 is bringing back together the Halo fan community. Halo will live forever. But the main point is 343 has proved themselves they not bad developers anymore. Dude, I am so excited about this whole overview guys. Well alright then, let's just see what's that going to be about. Okay, so firstly it says they gonna add first the one and only fun part of the game, the co-op network, which means it either will be both the Xbox Live and the local network. Okay, that's would be very interesting though. Cause Halo wouldn't be fun to play if you don't has the co-op network. I would try it out with someone when it's out. The most waited part guys. Forge beta? So it's like a pre-release of the Forge but still the same. Well alright then, so it says this one will gonna has thousands of new stuff like usual. But it says additional and improvements, so it's going to be like in system, I think. Cool. And it's all going to be released on the next week. Well alright then, let's see the video now.
The Winter Update is our holiday celebration of all things Halo. We're delivering our Campaign Network Co-op, our Forge Open Beta. We're shipping a whole bunch of cool things inside of our free-to-play multiplayer product. It's all free, coming out on November 8th of this year.
So for the Winter Update, we're releasing 2 new maps, a new mode, a 30-tier battle pass, 2 events, and match XP, and all of that is free.
We have 2 official Forge-created maps coming in the Winter Update. There are 2 multiplayer arena maps. One's called Argyle, and one's called Detachment. Detachment has the first teleporter that's in an official Halo Infinite multiplayer map.
From a gameplay perspective, having something where really a teleporter plays to like a flank or like kind of an assault on a position in a surprise way is super cool. And like I think the way it really worked into that map played out really well, and adds a lot of counterplay to like people hanging out on the island and camping that space. Argyle is cool because it has this big kind of open, big kind of open central yard, and it has some really interesting flank routes around the sides, and so you can go like really just frontal assault and try to push your way in, or kind of be a little sneakier around the sides. Having this big kind of central courtyard has created a lot of really cool gameplay that feels different than a lot of things we have in Infinite so far.
The new mode in the Winter Update, Covert One Flag, is our first asymmetrical mode.
One team is the attacker and one team's the defender. The attackers have unlimited active camo at their disposal, and then the defenders have the threat sensors, and so they're kind of, spotting, and it plays like a cat and mouse game, which is really fun.
Oh okay, that sounds interesting. Cat and mouse like mode. Game mode guys. Love that idea.
Is that people really
I would try that out.
A system that gives them points, XP points, for just playing the game. The new Match XP system actually rewards players for playing. As you're playing matches, you get XP. If you win, you get a little bit of bonus XP. If you perform well, you get a little bit of bonus XP. And we're trying to tune that system so that it actually gets you moving through the battle pass a lot quicker than we have in the past. The Winter Update has a 30-tier free battle pass that is full of really fun stuff. That battle pass is full of rich stuff, and some player favorites like the CQC and CQB, armor attachments with knives. It's really, really cool. And again, it's free. We also have 2 events going on with the winter update. The one in December is called Winter Contingency 2, and then in January we have the Joint Fire event.
And sounds
I'm excited
familiar
for folks to
to
jump
me.
in to start enjoying
So
the new
it's like an
additions that are coming
improvement or
with the
more
new
details on your character. Or was that gonna be an event?
Campaign co-op has always been a big part of the Halo experience. Being able to play with your friends, do all sorts of cool and fun things together that you can't do in single player.
And with Halo Infinite, we've made this much more expansive, wide open world. And with the release of Network Co-op, I'm just looking forward to people jumping in with their friends, exploring the world, having fun with our sandbox, just mixing it up and getting into that crazy, over-the-top Halo action in the campaign.
Whether you're playing single player or you're playing co-op with your friends, any progress made is saved. So it's not a case now where, you and I are going to get together, we're going to play, and we're going to play your game.
What we're going to do is start everybody at the place where the furthest behind player was in their individual save file that they picked. Nobody misses any of the campaign, nobody's breaking the sequence, and you're still getting to experience the full story in order.
Objects are the same way. Collectibles, data pads, even Spartan cores. So if you've collected a Spartan core, let's say, and I haven't, when we go to that Spartan core, it's still interactive. And any one of us can activate it to collect it. Those who haven't collected that particular Spartan core, they get it. And a fun little feature specifically regarding skulls is at the beginning of the fire team when you're setting it up, the set of skulls we'll have to choose from is all the skulls that everybody has brought.
Okay,
and so it's
that
been a
was
bragging
cool.
moment from you. You
We
can say,
gonna have the skulls guys in the game. We can collect. Or these are
With
gonna
moving to
be
a
activatable.
Semi-open world Halo
Actually,
game. We wanted to make
I
it so
might
that you
messing up
have
cause
this
you can
ability
found
to go
skulls
explore,
already.
find things,
So
go take
those
on
are
an
gonna
outpost
be like
or a base or something
new
like that.
skulls
However
inactivatable.
you guys want to do it. It's like,
I
hey, you go
think.
take that tower, we're going to go take this tower, and you can split up and do your stuff. But there is a limit because it is a co-op game, so it's not the idea that we're being put into a world and you all just go do your own game. The idea is to play together. That's the focus.
If you're in one of our interior maps, these are more of the linear, traditional Halo style levels. As you progress through the level, if someone in the fire team is too far behind, then they'll be brought up with the rest of the team. When you're out on the ring, what we have is a radius-based system.
We went to the largest base that we have in the game, and then basically made the space double that. So you have tons of room to go outside of that, come back, lots of room for aerial vehicles.
Unlike previous Halos, you don't lose your weapons when you die in this one. You respawn with the same stuff you had when you die. So there's really not a mechanical penalty other than the respawn time, and your teammates have to be safe to spawn on.
We're really diminishing sort of the domineering nature of the fire team leader, because it is no longer the idea that we're playing the fire team leader's game. Everybody's playing their own games. Anybody can skip a narrative sequence. Anybody can pick up objects in the world. Anybody can trigger a mission replay, fast travel to a new location, trigger those kinds of things. A fun one is when you open up the TAC map and you place a marker, anybody can turn that back off. Griefing is a very important aspect of co-op. You can kill each other, which can be fun as well. Load everybody up into a Razorback and then just drive off a cliff and giggle the whole time.
Yeah, I know this. Troll gamers.
And then, of course, we've also got a bunch of new achievements, both for
LOL.
co-op and
But
mission
still
replay,
fun,
that
except
emphasize
if you're not
either playing
alone,
together with
guys.
friends, or in the case of the replay achievements, going back and revisiting parts of missions that you couldn't have visited before we had the mission replay feature.
One of the achievements is basically you got to take out a certain number of enemies with a gravity hammer, hanging outside of a vehicle while you're doing it, which is pretty fun. The team here at 343, we've been working really hard on campaign co-op. We're excited to get it into your hands and see what you guys can come up with, see what kind of fun you get into. We call it chaosum because it's just awesome. The amount of chaos and just crazy stuff that you can do, and doing it together, it's just really, really fun.
As part of the free winter update,
Forge.
we're super excited to
Let's
release
see
the
what's
Forge
that
Open
gonna be
Beta, our
about.
most powerful Forge tool
I'm
yet.
so excited
Well, ever since
about
Halo
that one.
3, Forge
Like
has been
how
the
would
way
it
that we
be look
unlock
like
all the creativity
than the
of
other
our players.
Forges in the
Allows them to jump
MCC
in,
one.
make their own maps and modes, whole new experiences.
When Forge launched, It was a cool tool for the community to start playing with maps and having influence on maps where spawners were moving some objects around. It wasn't quite a fully robust tool set for building levels yet. And that's where it's kind of evolved to and then beyond. Now it's like its own little game editor.
With the release of the beta, we're inviting everyone to participate in Forge. And the good news is all the work that you do on your maps and modes and anything else inside of Forge, that's going to be saved and continue on.
Basically how Forge works is you go into Forge and you place a bunch of different kind of objects to create a space where players can play in. And then you decorate it with different materials or colors, lights, VFX and audio. And they can then save them, they can share them, and then play them with other players. Even if you're not intending to play Forge, Forge has a lot to offer you because all those players who are making stuff with Forge will be available to you. And so you'll be able to create custom games and play that content with your friends.
Our Forge system that people are going to experience with the winter update, it is at a whole other level. Like, there's nothing that we've done with Forge like this before, and the type of content that people are going to be able to make for Halo Infinite is insane.
In Halo Infinite Forge, we've increased the object count to around 7,000 objects. In Halo 5, for comparison, it was 1,600 objects.
As a forger, I think the thing that's going to surprise us a lot is be able to scale objects. Like, for example, like these objects look like these massive pipes are running underneath ground for this facility. It is literally just a small cable or a hose that he's scaled up and changed material on. I personally think scaling is going to be changing a lot of how these maps are going to be looking visually, and it's going to blur the line from a Forge map to a dev quality map.
I'm excited about a lot of things, but I think I'm most excited about the visual scripting language. You know, this is the deepest players have been able to get inside
so that was the
our
system
code
one,
or scripting language.
like in I
Even
don't
if you're not
know in
familiar
Halo
with visual
5,
scripting systems,
I guess.
it's really easy to
But
get
that
started,
would be
to start to
different.
recombine things.
In fact,
you can
I've never
drag
used
nodes
Forge
into
in
your
5.
scripting space
It
and
was
draw
different.
out the events
Well,
and the
alright
functions
then.
that you want to do
Let's
in your
see
map.
what we
We've
gonna
been able to
need
get you
to
a lot
know.
closer to the systems. We've got over 100 different nodes that I could only dream of back as a player in Halo 5. I'm very, very excited to be able to offer these to players, like things that I wanted to do before, and finally we get to do them now.
You know, whether it was Griffball or Infection, a whole bunch of things that are now core to Halo, all came from mode work inside of Forge. And I think with the new visual scripting system, players are going to have the ability to do even cooler, more interesting things than they've had a chance to do in the past. That's going to be super exciting.
At Forge launch, we'll be supporting 6 canvases, and moving forward, we'll be adding to canvases as we can. The canvas diversity we have is pretty fantastic. In fact, we have a player requested canvas, which is blank, which is just an empty canvas. So no matter what kind of experience you're trying to create, the canvas backdrop, well, we've got your back.
Aha.
We're super
So we
excited
should
to bring
call
nav
it
mesh
like
into Forge.
Forge
Nav
World.
mesh is basically
Cause it
data
does seem
that
like there's
Spartan
just a few
bots
things,
rely on to
and
navigate
you can
a map.
you
This
can
is the first
free to
time
build
that bot
something.
support has appeared in Forge in the Halo series.
It always just blows me away, people's creativity, taking things that we've done and making them new again with their own imagination.
We've already seen a lot of amazing content being created by the community and our Forge Council.
It's super encouraging to already see before we've even released this what this thing is capable of, and the amount of content that they're going to be able to create. It's kind of unstoppable.
The Forge Council is already making a wide variety of experiences. I've seen really amazing arena maps. I've seen crazy scripts. They are really pushing Forge.
Once Forge releases, we're really going to be watching what comes out, because we want to find the cool, the best of, right? And
Of
surface
course.
those things to players in any way we
Cause
can.
why not? They
The more
would
we can
want to
take
know
those
it's
things
that
and
we
kind of put them
wanted,
up on a pedestal,
or they should
and inside of
like
the rest of our game and kind of
develop
let
it more.
the rest of the community play them. That's super cool, and that's really the heart and spirit of what Forge is. What people should expect with Forge is that, much like the rest of the game, it's just going to continue to grow and evolve as we add new game modes and new objects with Forge, or just in our suite of modes in general. We'll be bringing those things into Forge and adding some of that scripting functionality so that the players will have access to all that kind of stuff.
Forge is going to evolve based on what the community wants, right? We've already started a good dialogue with the Forge Council. They've given us some good feedback. Once Forge goes live, I'm super excited to hear what the community says, because that's going to be our North Star in terms of what Forge turns into. On behalf of the entire Forge team, we are so excited to see what the community makes with Forge. It's been a long journey, and we're excited to finally share this with you.
I think this is the start of a new part of the journey of Infinite and where we continue to evolve as a service and how the game will continue to expand alongside of the community as we keep releasing new features and making the game crazier and more fun.
The Forge Open Beta is available on November 8th, along with Campaign Network Co-op and Mission Replay, and some great additions to our multiplayer experience. All part of the winter update.
Well, okay then. That was going to be very awesome now. I was so excited, guys. I'm so excited about the Forge more, like how it's going to be like and so on. And the co-op campaign definitely would more fun to play. I can't wait to try out the campaign with someone. That's going to be very interesting, guys. But okay then, Halo Infinite will got what it deserved and what we desired. But anyways, guys. As always, I wanted to say, thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure give a like to the video if you liked it and subscribe. We're nearly reaching 50 subscribers, so your help would be appreciated. And until next time, take care.